I'm honestly very happy. Being happy is not enough. Keep in mind the way those chassis works. Good day. And I don't want to have an empty table in the beginning. I want to start actually with the subject of our today's conversation. Focused for the last few episodes on this version of a cube, I wanted to make a final comparison. What's the difference between the solid OG cube that we had in the beginning and this light version? We need to understand that those are actually not a like an evolution of the same cube, you know, not like a V2 or something like that. It is just an absolutely different instrument. They are different sonically and they are different functionally. So what do I mean by that? For example, on OG Cube, if I need to set up any unit, I need to make a holes for that. I need to know the diameter, I need to know the actual placement, and there is no room for mistake. It's just like where you're gonna drill it, there is gonna be. In here, obviously, testing all the modules is much easier. So functionally, the Cube Air, if I may continue calling it that way, it is much more easy for testing. However, this beauty is carrying the texture that this will never have, probably. I'm actually still thinking if I can bring slightly the sound of this Cube Air towards the original Full Metal Cube. What I genuinely love to see is something that you don't fully see, but I have both of them on legs, on rubber legs. Oh my god, it makes everything so much cleaner, because they've been at home for a few days already without the legs, and that was bothering me a little bit. Now, the other thing that I would like to go through today is a basic percussive test. Okay? So that's where we have the mic that is picking up the voice and some elements acoustically, and a contact mic that you can see a cable here. I'm gonna make a little bit of a noise. Whip. There we go. I'm gonna place it on a spring sections, then we're gonna place it on a chassis themselves, and we're gonna place it on a plate sections. We got 3 main points we would like to test and compare. If you want me to test something that I haven't done before, but you're eager to test, please leave the comments. Otherwise, I ain't got no feedback with you guys, but just the comments. So drop your thoughts and share your opinion, and if you have any experience in building something like this kind of a modular noise boxes, I would also encourage you to write me something so we can have a discussion. Period. The intonation should be going down. Okay, so let's not delay too much what is going on here. We're just gonna drop in a contact mic on a full cube and give it a swip. Okay. Of course, you can say that we have these 2 springs in here and they're changing the tone pretty dramatically, but overall, yeah, the amount of springs is different, the framing is different, the tension is different. There are so many differences, so I just don't want to get too deep into this like kind of a comparison. I just want to get to the point of comparing. I would like to keep it on the chassis and then give a hit to the chassis, but it's still attached to the reverb section. So that is the tail that this reverb wall is given, and now let's just test what's gonna happen in here. And in here with the percussion part, with the percussive part, it's a cheating. Remember in the beginning I was just thinking that it's all gonna be like a one reverb unit, and then I kind of got disappointed. I'm back on this cycle. I'm excited again. It's a whole freaking reverb unit. Look at that, look at that. What is that? A bit of a buzz. It's a side wall and then the opposite wall. It's beautiful. I love it. 100%. Now it's chassis time. So in here I'm gonna apply it here on the corner. And once again I'm gonna give it a sweep, side and the opposite wall. Do you hear this chord? Oh goodness! I mean, I was just about to say how harmonically this original old cube is much richer and it's much more interesting, and then I hear this like a sort of a looping chord going on and on. Like, check that out again. That's nice. So yeah, I'm changing it to the chassis, not to the reverb unit. Still there. And it's still nice. I can't say that any of them is better. They're just different. So let's go to the plate. So I'm attaching it to this plate. You can see it, but we haven't had so far any trust issues, right? And I'm gonna interact the next plate to it. Now you see it. It's like this middle plate in here. Clear difference, right? It's nice. Every time I'm playing it, it's such a joy. Good sound on its own. Mr. Robert Dujic got the series on YouTube and Instagram when he is asking what this sound effect reminds you of. I think I should make a little homage and drop few cube sounds. like this one. How beautiful that is, just the rubber legs. Alright, we are on this plate now. So my quick conclusion is that they're different. The second conclusion is I'm very happy that they're different, because that would be such a disappointment if I would build two different constructions and they would sound the same. So to be honest, I'm very glad that they're different, because that opens up so much. I mean, if I need more deep sound, obviously I go for the OG Cube simply because of its mass. I gotta take that off, I'm sorry, this one is bothering. So if I would need a more artistic sound, I would take the full solid Cube. If I would need just to test something quickly or have a concept of what I, for example, would like to test later on, is just to have much longer springs rather than just those 30 centimeter frame covered. It gives you more options, it's just easier to work with, and as you've been seeing even in this test, I don't have to bother about, like, how would I put it, like hand logistics. I just put the hand through if I need to reach out to the wall, and I just scrap it and off we go. It's all working, it's easier. But this one has more character, so you choose which one to use or try to build and emulate and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm honestly very happy. Being happy is not enough. Keep in mind the way those chassis works. They transfer the signal, they prism it, they change it, they adapt it. Everything is interconnected, but they are not interconnected yet.